Hey, fuck that shit. Jeez.
Smoke and mirrors, guys. Welcome to the movie factory.
Ooh, so exciting, isn't it?
Trust me.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on. Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
You're gonna see some serious shit.
All right, we are back. Smoking Mirrors. This is Rob, Dave, and Triz, and we scoured the whole internet to make sure that we packed this episode. There's so much fucking movie news that it's gonna feel like the Crazy 88 hit you. We're back.
Really did feel like we scoured the whole internet this week.
This week was a blowout. Like legit, this was like the enema that was like it was blocked up last week. They let no shit out, and then this week it was just like, nah, I'm a dump everything into it. Pause.
Mm-hmm. It's the Squatty Potty Poo is what it is.
All right. So I was going to kick it off with that streaming news. So Nick Cave is going to lead the voice cast in Before They Were God. So this one's about him and another musician when they were 14 years old, right? They're in this imaginary world, and they're friends, and they search ultimate truth, beauty, and cheap wine. And sometimes they find it, but mostly they don't. But they always they always find, like, you know, that there's this promise of endless love from this Linnea who they like have this love triangle with. And like one person is written as like a curt, political, harsh existentialist, while Nick Cave is supposed to be like this Dionysian, agnostic, and romantic dreamer, who's like so fucking like he's pretty good with like his language and stuff like that. What's that word? He's always fuck this up. He's articulate. That's the word.
And verbose.
Yes.
Yeah,
but
his verbulent settings set all the way up.
Yeah, fuck. That's what I need when I do the episode. I'm just gonna put that verbaloose on.
Verbelucci.
That's what I thought as well. Like verbaluce. But yeah, this one's gonna be like a Swedish animation show, but all the dialogue's gonna be in English. But it looks like they're sort of lampooning themselves, which I like. That's the shit to me.
Very good.
Nice. I can dig it. Sounds fucking cool. We also got so HBO Max Latin America ordered Aztec Batman. So this one's called Aztec Batman Clash of Empires. So it's based back in Aztec times. There's this little boy, Yo Wile Koto, and his father gets murdered, who's also the village chief. And he flees to go let everyone know that the Spanish conquistadors are coming through, because that's who was trying to take over fucking everything. And then from there, you know, he learns how to, like, you know, fight motherfuckers with his assistant. I can't pronounce any of the names coming up, but it's like a cutscene is his mentor and his assistant going through. And it gives him all like the equipment and weaponry to actually fight the Spanish conquistadors as well. So this sounds fucking cool, man. The awesome thing about all of this as well is that the actual project is actually going to have like a Mesoamerican studies expert to make sure everything is accurate and in line with how things were in that time too, just to make sure that they're, like, you know, meeting everything moving forward. But this sounds cool, man. Sounds cool as shit.
So what do you guys think happens when they introduce the English and Batman gets sneezed on for the first time and just dies? What are they gonna do?
You didn't have a plan B for that one, did you?
Exactly, man. Obviously, bloody Aztec Alfred isn't gonna have a bloody antibiotics just lying
right.
around.
Maybe there's gonna be Aztec Lucius Fox though.
Oh, you'd hope so.
Like he's been the one licking the frogs and shit like that, like finding out which ones are poisonous, which ones are not. So he's got
Like
he's got the Eddie.
Lucius Fox is high as fuck all the time. Eh? That's
I just see
that bassy girl that you always bloody talk to at the club.
as soon as he said Aztec Alfred, all I saw was Michael Caine, not even ripped or anything, still fat, but he's got like, you know, the Aztec outfit on.
Just crying, talking about how playing with you.
That was the wrong frog venom.
Exactly.
Order cigars and he's still got the accent as well. He didn't even fuck around and like get a dialogue coach for like, you know, the fucking that accent.
You were only supposed to blow the bloody doors.
She was only 16. All right. So Nicole Kidman, Joey King, and Zac Efron are going to star in this untitled Netflix rom-com from Richard LaGravenese?
Yeah, I was having a hard time, like, and I was like, I'm glad Dave's got this because I would just fuck this whole name up.
Well, fuck this up. I'm going to go with LaGravenese or Neezy, one of the two.
The hood loves to listen to Yeezy and Neezy.
Badly. So it's going to follow this surprising sort of romance that kicks off between, it sounds like Joey King and Zac Efron. But then the mother gets involved in there as well, right? And yeah, there's all this sort of complications of love and sex and identity that happens within the story. Sounds a bit weird.
It does.
It sounds like something Brazzers would do. But
What, you think
yeah.
Nicole Kidman's just gonna get stuck in the dryer halfway
Yeah.
through?
Yeah.
Help me, step bro.
Or the mother-in-law like checks in on the groom before on the wedding day.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like. It's
With our
wild.
supporting lead male actor, Johnny Sins.
Greatest man on the planet. He's done everything. Man. Astronaut, he's a doctor,
I
he's
know.
everything.
It's Johnny Sins, then it's Johnny Depp. All right.
But yeah, maybe Netflix is gonna like just go crazy with this one as well. Their first NC-17 film is coming out the next couple of months, so
Oh,
this is gonna be wild. This movie.
they're just like, fuck it, do whatever you want, just take
Yeah.
the money. Like Gravenese, or however you like, Neezy,
Amazing.
for sheezy, not easy. All right, so Bye Bye Bunny is dropping on HBO Max soon, right? So this is gonna be like a Looney Tunes musical, which it's almost gonna be like this meta story. Bugs, like, you know, now like tired of the industry, drugged out of his fucking mind, and just burnt out, right? He's retiring. So Daffy is like, fuck this. I'm not gonna let that spotlight go to anyone else but me. So he wants to step in and take that, like, you know, that shine. But then he's kidnapped by this obsessive fan who, like, has sinister plans for him because, like, Daffy is actually her favorite, which is kind of fucked up. You want the fame until the fans come in and, like, really try to fucking take that from you. Tom Hanks, I seen that on the weekend.
As did I.
I completely, like, you know, agreed with him. Completely agreed with him. Trip your wife. Anyways, so so Bugs, like, you know, he has to step in and go on this rescue mission to get Daffy back. But of course he brings the whole fucking co-stars with him, and, like, you know, saves him basically by the joy of performing.
You notice Tom turned towards a black person first, though, right?
Did he?
Yes.
Who tripped Rita though?
Some
Was that
white person,
the white
some
guy in the hood?
some white guy that pushed through all of them.
I thought that black guy was security, and he was like,
Mm-mm.
"What the fuck are you doing?" You know what I
No,
mean? Like,
security.
are you helping the situation?
Security, those dumb fucks were behind all those people. Yeah. But yeah, Tom did turn towards the black guy first and started swearing.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Mm.
Come on, man.
The plot thickens.
I'm gonna have to do a breakdown of that video.
Sure. With a lyrical breakdown as well. Hank spitting lyrical venom.
Him and Ludacris got a fucking track coming out. Dun, dun,
Jesus.
dun, 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 dun.
Can you imagine Tom Hanks on the mic though?
Move, bitch.
For some reason I see him rapping in the full Forrest Gump voice though. But no. So we have Ethan Hawke is starring in this this new limited series called The Whites. So this one's based off of Richard. I know.
Fitting.
Some of these titles, man, they gotta fucking change them. The Hood, The Whites.
Fuck it, oh. But this is all based off this. It's a Richard Price novel. And how it begins is that they talk about how every single detective has that one, like, you know, murderer or serial killer that just got away. It's their white whale. And it just fucks with you because the justice system failed. What do you call it? So Ethan Hawke is going to play this character called Billy Graves, and he was like, you know, this rising star, and he was in NYPD Homicide, and he was part of like this this group of well-respected cops, and they were called the Wild Geese. But he ends up leaving Homicide and goes to Night Watch, where all of his cases, rather than like, you know, chasing them day in, day out, they just end. As soon as, like, you know, his clock's done, he's like, yep, I'm out. I'm good for the rest of this. But so what happens is that a previous case that he had comes back, and it's his white whale, and it's gonna, like, you know, everything that's sort of unfolding from this is gonna like fuck with his career. It's gonna end his friendships as well as ruin his family. So he's got to go through and try and see what the fuck's going on there.
Sounds good. Hawk can do this shit really well. Like the
Yeah.
spiraling out of control guy. Like I love that about him in Predestination. That's the shit that fucking like it goes off. But why did the cops that create this group, right, the private detective group, call themselves the Wild Geese? That's wild pussy like name that you could, like, you know, call your group. Why not call it the Wolves or something like that?
I know. Something
The
cool.
wolf pack.
Or the fucking the Sharks or, like, you know, something fire.
It doesn't even have to be an animal. Just the crew or something. Jeez.
The crew.
I got the click with me.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody fucking with it.
Hey. All right. So Jenna Coleman and Oliver Jackson Cohen are set to star in this this movie called The Wilderness. Right. So it's based on a book written by Marnie Dickens.
Huh?
No, B.E. Jones. Sorry. It's got the same name. It's about this British couple that they're living in New York. They're well off, obviously. And then, you know, the wife learns that, you know, the husband had an affair, and you know, she's going through heartbreak and everything, and then she gets mad, and then she wants revenge. And then the husband proposes like this trip around, you know, the American national parks, to give you know their relationship a nice boost, and they can spend time together. And then Liv obviously plans to kill her husband, or at least get revenge on her husband. Yeah, she's kind of wild to me when I think about it.
Yeah.
Because if as a man I were to try and do this, like, God, they bury me under the fucking jail. Yeah.
Unless it's double jeopardy.
Oh God, that double jeopardy rule does not apply to anyone. It has to be the exact same crime. It's almost like saying, "Nah, I killed someone 10 years ago and I got let out of prison. You can't put me back into prison." Like it's you can't.
Yeah, but like if that guy was alive again,
Hmm.
yeah, this sounds alright. I like Jenna Coleman.
Who is Jenna Coleman?
She was in she hasn't been in anything that we watch like film wise, but she was in Doctor Who, right? She was one of his companions in there.
Okay.
And she was like she's actually fire in the role as Clara, and she's not bad to look at
Companion?
either. Got that chipmunk thing going for her.
Companion, you say?
Yeah.
The hooker?
I don't know if Doctor Who is like just packing that police box with straight hooers or anything like he pays them off. But like that's basically just like his sidekicks for the episode or for the season or whatever. Yeah,
Right.
like that's why they say compare.
Why did I say that then?
I don't know because they don't want to say sidekick. Like it's Doctor Who. It's like a different level of class. You know what I'm saying? It's British, the UK. It's not butcher British. He's not going to be like, and this cunt over here.
Evening, cunts.
I'll butcher.
Same. Yeah. So Will Fort is going to lead Bodkin. So this Bodkin thing, this is Barry O's first thing that he's creating with Netflix as part of his deal, right? Him and Michelle's deal with Netflix, which is weird. It's a 7-episode series about this motley crew of podcasters, but they investigate the disappearance of 3 strangers in this sort of idyllic coastal Irish town. And like they're investigating, they're pulling at threads, they're like, getting closer to the truth. And then they discover that there's like this Chinatown situation where it's much bigger and weirder than they could have imagined and what they initially thought. So along with Will Fort, is it Fort or Forte? Sometimes
Fort.
when motherfuckers put the E on the end, they expect like the accent.
No, there's no accent on the E, so he can't claim it.
Watch him church it up later.
Fortnite. Sorry.
Someone fucked around and called this Fody one time.
Will Fowdy?
That's his rap name. So Siobhan Cullen, Robin Cara, David Wilmot, and Chris Wally. So they're also starring in the picture as well in the show, which sounds pretty cool. I'd like to see podcasting become sort of more in the forefront of entertainment, considering everyone's doing it. Every man, every Joe is kind of throwing his hat in the ring now.
Fucking every
Yeah.
Joe, literally.
I'm not gonna gatekeep it. I want more podcasters in there.
Yeah. You know what they don't have?
Huh?
You know what they don't have as part of this crew? 2 precision drive.
If Vin Diesel joins this cast,
I never watch the show again.
I'm blaming you.
I never ever watch it.
It's not going to be called Bodkin anymore.
Nah.
It's gonna be called fucking family.
Called Toretto. That's what they call it.
Oh shit. So we got Nicole Kidman. Now she is going to lead a new film from Mimi Cave called Holland, Michigan, and this one's going to be at Amazon. So this one it's based on I was going to say Soderosky, Andrew Soderosky's script, which topped the 2013 Blacklist. And this one's about Kidman. She's in this Midwestern town, and she starts suspecting her partner of having an affair. And so, like, in her own way, she starts, like, getting revenge by having an affair of a fucking own. But then, as she starts, like, going through the motions, she actually starts learning about her husband's, like, secrets in the background as well. And it's, like, not just normal secrets. This pitch black fucking secrets.
Yeah, pitch black with it.
But yeah, so that was all the synopsis that we really got for this one, but it's giving me the vibes of what's that other fucking movie that was coming out as well, where the husband dies though. Man? Is that the
Man?
one from
Man.
Men?
Man.
Men.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
And also that what's that Kevin Costner serial killer one, Mr. Brooks? That's the one. Motherfuckers went wild with the Costner Renaissance.
Yeah, but that movie was like everyone knew.
His family didn't know. Remember? And then the
No, no,
daughter
no.
knows at the end.
The daughter knows, yeah. She suspected the whole time. Because she was into that sort of stuff as well. Who's the Dexter?
And that's it for streaming news.
Let's start off that film news. So, Gran Turismo, the release date for the film, God knows why they're making a film of this, is 11th of the 8th, or the 8th of the 8th of November for you backwards American people.
No,
2023.
It's proper Australian dates.
Yeah.
So 11th of August.
11th of August, yeah. That's what I said. I said 8th of November for the backwards Americans. They do their dates different. Anyway.
I know.
Yeah. So, we got a little plot synopsis about it. So the movie's supposed to be, it's supposed to follow this teenager who's a really, really good Gran Turismo player. So they got real meta with it. And then he starts applying these skills, across the world, on the road, to becoming a real race car driver. Yeah. Kind of weird.
Sounds like Speed Racer.
Or Initial D or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like Fast and the Furious, the first like 20 minutes in the back of that guy's car. I don't think it's Ja Rule, but in the back of that guy's car, he's playing Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo, yeah. He's playing Gran Turismo 2, to be exact. That guy that's playing Gran Turismo 2 was a, what's his face? He's a really high respected actual racer. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
But this guy's doing both. He's the gamer and he's the racer, and you'll probably do the tuning of the car, and then that's how you'll figure out how to tune his car in real life.
Right.
I thought my idea of him going through the licenses was a better idea.
Much better.
But I mean, they got Neil Blomkamp on this, and I mean, Neil Blomkamp, like, he brings a lot of like social commentary and shit to his films. What the fuck is this? You know what I mean? This is basic bitch shit.
What are they going to do, though?
Yeah.
Like, is it going to be like this really, really overweight guy that really likes Gran Turismo and plays it every day and then decides, okay, I can do that in the real life, when he can't? Like, physically, he wouldn't be able to do it. You need to be unbelievably fit to be a race car driver.
He's just going to be a natural.
He wouldn't have the skills. You need to know how these things go together. Yes, it's cool you can tune a car, but if you do something wrong within that tuning, your car is fucked and won't work. Like, there's a whole lot of stuff that goes into this. Drivers don't just drive the car.
Yeah.
They know every aspect of that car. Even if we're looking at look at Ken Miles in what's his face, Ford vs Ferrari. He knew every aspect of that car.
Yeah.
He knew how it worked. He knew how it ran. Like, this makes no sense at all.
He developed the car.
He literally developed the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got to see it in execution. I trust Blomkamp, even though I haven't seen that demonic movie.
It's supposed to be alright though. That movie is supposed to be fine.
But yeah, like I just want to say, even if the plot is dog shit, like the visuals is gonna be something else.
Yeah, the execution would be great.
Yeah, if he gets it off the ground, because they've been killing Blomkamp shit.
Right, yeah.
Like, you know, the last couple of attempts that he's tried to come out.
Yeah, it's
Like,
true.
Whether it be Aliens or RoboCop.
what do we have to reference this movie against as well? What, like Drive and Days of Thunder?
I wouldn't even chuck drive in there. Days of Thunder would be fire though, because he's got to learn how to drive the racetrack way.
What's his face? What's it called? That movie with Stallone, Driven.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
true.
also, you could probably throw Tokyo Drift in there as well.
Tokyo Drift, yeah.
If it's in that vein, I'm with it. You know what I mean?
Do you think they get Vin Diesel as like the bad guy character racer? Like he was like, what's his face? What's his name? Damn it, Yondu. What's his name? Michael Rooker's character in Days of Thunder.
Oh shit.
Rowdy.
Yeah. No one's gonna live up to that Rooker brought. Like Rooker brought something to Days of Thunder that was the anti-Cruz. He wasn't the pretty fucking like like slick talking guy.
He was the
wasn't
racer.
Cole whatever.
Yeah, he
Cole
was the
Trickle.
racer, man.
Yeah.
True.
And he was a gatekeeper. That's why I fucking hated this kid. We'll see what happens in August 11th. Zac Efron, who, like, I don't know, Zac Efron and Nicole Kidman are just dominating the news this week. He's going to star in The Iron Claw, which to me just sounds filthy. The crab claw. Please, trans. And it's also weird because A24 is set to finance produce, right? So you know what sort of movie it's going to be.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's based on a true story. It follows the rise and fall of the Von Erich family. As soon as you put Von in front of a name, like it just becomes evil. So but
Think of
these
Nazis
guys,
right away.
yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
Von Strauss.
Yeah.
So they're, but like they're a dynasty of wrestlers. They made a huge impact on the sport of wrestling from the '60s to now. So like, it's like I think it's a good fit for Efron because physically he can do the shit, right? He's in shape,
He is in
and
shape.
right now he looks like the part of a wrestler. His face actually suits it. He's pretty enough to be on there, but he's also like old enough now.
They don't say what sort of wrestling, right? Are
Yeah.
we talking
Yeah,
about Olympic wrestling, right? If
I
they're
think so.
if they're German, it sounds like they're German or Swedish or something. It's Olympic wrestling then. It's just ultimately harder than other wrestling.
Yeah, like it's not going to be like WWE.
No. No.
It's going to be like Foxhound.
Yeah. Olympic wrestling. Because you know how hard that sport is, man.
Yeah,
Like it's crazy.
like that's like proper rules and shit. Like it's not just like throwing O's across the fucking ground and shit. Like there's proper moves and stuff. Yeah,
Moves, techniques. You need to be physically strong. Like
Yep.
you can't be a bitch and wrestle. You need to be physically strong
yeah,
to do it.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing
Yeah,
because it's not just lifting and whatnot. It's literally keeping that person down.
yeah. Technique, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Pretty cool. I was gonna say, like, this reminded me of that Foxcatcher movie, and I still haven't watched that shit.
Fire that movie.
Foxcatcher,
Yeah.
not Foxhound. Me and my MGS bag. Yeah. Was it the Iron Claw? The Iron Claw, the Boston Crab.
Talking about WWE, did you see Vince McMahon just recently stepped down as CEO?
Yep.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vince stepped down, man.
There's some shit in the back there. There's some like Succession type shit happening in real life there.
Nah, I reckon it's the storyline. Watch him come back and just beat everyone.
But like Stephanie was like she stepped down a while back as well. And then all of a sudden there was news of a leaked affair that Vince had. And then Stephanie is now stepping into that CEO role. She's like the Kendall.
Couldn't build what another man could build, could you? So you had to steal it off him.
Oh, badly. That's like, that's always how it is. That's that corporate fuckery. But
How dare
now,
they?
huh?
How dare they?
Vince is a legend, goddammit.
He is.
But now it is time to fan the hammer. So Matthew Riley was surprised by the success of his Interceptor movie, which reached #1 in the top 10 on Netflix. He also claimed that, like, he didn't expect it, right? So Squid Game is getting a season 2, which is good because I'm finally finishing it now. Fucking a year on.
Oh, good.
There's also a reality series called The Challenge, which is in the works and dropping soon. This is going to be the biggest game show ever. Stefano Massini is developing his Le Mans trilogy for a TV show. It's going to be a big budget, big recreation of his 5-hour play. Fucking hell, that's long. But no streamer has been confirmed just yet. So the Knives Out sequel has been titled Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, much like Agatha Christie's shits. The Lincoln Lawyer has been renewed for season 2.
Fuck
The
yeah.
Old Guard 2 has started filming.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed, all the Spider-Man films, bar No Way Home, has hit every non-US Disney Plus region. So check it out there from June 17th. Manny Montana, no relation to Hanny Montana, has joined the Ironheart series.
Or Toady.
Huh?
Or Toady.
Or Tony. Astro Boy has been rebooted as a series. Gina Gershon and Joe Pantoliano is joining Chucky season 2, which gives us a Bound reunion with Jennifer Tilly there. The prequel series, Welcome to Derry, has opened its writer's room. Little Twitter post there with some balloons hanging outside the door. I would not fucking go in there, but let's hope the people that do go in there give us something. And better be Mike Flanagan on the writer's room too, you cowards, Warner Brothers. Nick Jonas and Glenn Powell are teaming up in foreign relations, and everyone's going crazy in this fucking bidding frenzy for this movie because of those two. Disney Plus is developing a Wonder Man TV series with Daniel Destin Cretton in that development role. For some reason, they thought, hey, let's get a Jon Snow sequel series to Game of Thrones happening, because we want to show him being the king of the wildlings humbly. Zootopia Plus is releasing 9th of November this year, which is a short form TV show, possibly all episodes released at the same time. The Lord of the Rings is getting a Hall H presentation at Comic-Con. This is the Lord of the Rings, the Amazon show, the Rings of Power. Snowpiercer, which is the Netflix show, is ending with season 4, which I haven't watched yet. Adam McKay has planned his next project, which is called Big Dirty Money. He said it's going to be much like Don't Look Up, but about, like, the money industry. We got our first looks at Okoye and Shuri there for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, which looks all right. Like, they look the part for sure. Chris Evans has said, nah, I wouldn't play Captain America again unless the story was so fucking good that, like, they needed me back. Across the Spider-Verse, villain has been revealed to be the Spot, who, like, I don't know, fucking throws spots on his fucking enemies and weakens them. Played by Jason Schwartzman there. Lightyear, the new Disney Pixar movie won't open in the Middle East due to a same-sex kiss. Paddington in Peru will be the title of Paddington 3. And it won't be directed by Paul King this time directed by music video director Dougal Wilson. Dougal. It has been rumored that Joker 2 is going to be a musical, and they're enlisting Lady Gaga to play Harley Quinn. Don't know how much truth is in that. Take it with a grain of sand. Justin Lin is going to direct the One Punch Man film for Sony after getting out of the Fast X film. Chris Miller will direct the Smurfs musical. Nico Santos has joined the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 film. Taika Waititi wants his Star Wars adventures to stand alone, so you're not going to see old Ben Kenobi or fucking Chewbacca's mom or Yoda in his movies, which I think is cool. These new stories need to stand alone. The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim, which is the animated feature film, is set for the 12th of April 2024. In that movie, we've got Brian Cox, who's going to play Helm Hammerhand. Luke is going to be the Dunlending Lord Wolf. Guy Wise, who's playing Hera Hammerhand, the daughter of Brian Cox. And Miranda Otto is coming back to the role of Eowyn.
Very good.
Eowyn, not
Eowyn.
Eowyn. Fucking hell. Eowyn. And we got a first look at Ryan Gosling as Ken in the Ken role, doing his double thumbs up with his cut off denim vest.
Just jacked.
Yeah. He's got like washboard abs and everything. Specimen. We're going to get 3 Avatar: The Last Airbender films that will be shown theatrically. Like, this is a big fucking deal. Josh Andre Rivera has joined the cast of the Hunger Games prequel. He will play one of the mentors to someone in another district. Denzel Washington and Dakota Fanning are reteaming from Man on Fire for The Equalizer Part 3. Dirty Dancing 2, the Jennifer Grey follow-up, directed by Jonathan Levine, is dropping the 9th of February 2024, just before Valentine's Day. Is planned, it's strategic. Tom Hardy has revealed that the Venom 3 first draft of the script has dropped and has been finished, so they're developing that right now. Josh Segarra, Jack Champion, Liana Liberato, and Devin Nakota have joined Scream 6. Universal Pictures is considering the Cleopatra film, picking that up. But yeah, because it's just too expensive and shit. Guy Ritchie is going to direct Hercules. He's going to put the Glad in Gladiator.
My man.
And French Cinema Federation is upset with Disney's decision to drop Strange World straight to Disney+. Disney basically just said, that's going to eat up, like, you know, so much time getting that film back to our streaming service, which is going to cost us money. So it's just not, like, you know, it's not viable for us right now. So I'm sorry, France. We're going to bypass everything, and we're going to make sure that we have that content up on Disney+. So that film is going to star Dennis Quaid, who's going to play Jake Gyllenhaal's father for the second time. I love it. Jabuki Young White, Gabrielle Union, and Lucy Liu were all going to be in the voice cast. And that is Fanning Layhammer.
Very good.
Good
Very
work
Fuck,
there,
that
big
was a lot
dog.
of news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the spot for Spider-Verse, Datto, he throws up spots and he travels interdimensionally through those portals.
Yeah, I was laughing before because when you said, like, you know, he gives people spots, I was like, is he just giving people AIDS? It's just like leaving for me.
Hit him with the herps.
I know. It's wild. Yeah. That Cleopatra film as well. They need to change that casting.
With Gal Gadot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes 0 sense. 0. Cleopatra was not white like she is. We've had this debate before. I was right.
All right, motherfucker. But I want to see the same energy when we talk about Blonde.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Marilyn Monroe was the whitest chick out there. The
I
fuck you
know.
got Anna de Armas going like?
Because it's about skin color.
Yeah, Anna de Armas has a tan.
Sometimes.
All right, let's go into the trailers then. So, I didn't have any picks this week. Did you guys have any picks?
Nah.
No.
So what we had, like, we got Westworld season 4 trailer 2, which looks solid. It's dropping June 26th. It's so close. It's around the corner.
Taste.
Kung Fu next week.
Yeah, you can
next
taste
week?
it. It's there. Yeah, next week, B.
Fuck.
It's
Another
a
show to
19th
add
one.
to the mill. So we got Kung Fu Panda: The Dragon Knight, which is a show. Jack Black is back, and we've got Rita Ora, also in the role of the Knight. That's dropping July 14th. We've got Rap Shit, which is from Issa Rae, dropping July 21st on HBO Max and probably binge over here in Australia. Pretty Little Liars: The Original Sin, July 28th. Blonde, September 23, from Andrew Dominic. It's NC-17. They couldn't change the rating. Andrew Dominic said it's not that bad. Intergalactic from Kid Cudi is dropping September 30. My Policeman is dropping October 21st on Amazon Prime. This is the one starring Harry Styles. Tulsa King, the Stallone starring, and who's the that wrote it, the Yellowstone O.
What's his face? Hale from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, like the Yellowstone guy is doing this. Tulsa King, that's dropping November 13th. Matilda the musical, which looks pretty good, is dropping December 12th. And then we got Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which is dropping December 21st in the States, but December 26th here in Australia. Also, did you guys know that Nope, while dropping July 22nd, is only opening here August 11th?
Are you serious?
Yeah. So, spoiler. That's going to be dog shit.
I hate that.
Yeah. Stay off social media. Like, don't watch that
Ta-
shit.
Taylor Sheridan. That's the name.
Taylor Sheridan.
Taylor
That's
Sheridan.
the I was like Austin Butler.
Yeah.
The motherfucker.
That's it for movie trailers this week.
Yeah. Into entertainment news, we only have one piece. A little bit of a sad piece, though. So, Philip Baker Hall, at the age of 90, has passed away. Huge actor, this guy, man. He was known for The Rock, Boogie Nights. He was in Seinfeld, Magnolia. Guy was just everywhere. We didn't get any word on how he passed away, but I'm sure we'll get something. But he was like, he wasn't always an actor. He only started at like 40 and then started acting his way through. So he's still got like a solid 50 years of service under his name, starring in all these movies, man. Midnight Run, Live Wire, Ghostbusters 2, Kiss of Death, Sum of All Fears. Like, the dude, like I said, was just fucking everywhere, and he killed it too. Yeah.
Yep.
Sad
I have to get up
man.
3 times a night to take a piss.
So when I was in hospital and just hallucinating out of my mind, that's who I saw one of my doctors as.
Shit.
Was his character from Seinfeld, which is Bookman. Like, that's who I saw him as. I saw the doctor after that. He looks nothing like him. Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah, that's who was treating me. Was Bookman from Seinfeld, or Philip Baker Hall. And yeah, rest in peace, Philip Baker Hall.
Yeah.
Sad.
Condolences to his family.
And thank you for, all the film and film memories you've given us.
Yeah. Forever immortalized on the silver screen, man.
And TV. This guy was
Yeah.
big. This guy was all over the place. And that's a wrap. That's a wrap on all the news this week.
Yeah.
Big things. So, Obi-Wan episode 5 dropped.
And absolutely smashed it this episode. The episode, I really prefer this episode to the one before. Yeah, I love the callbacks to episode 3. If you look at there's scenes of Obi-Wan training Anakin, and it is actually Hayden Christensen. He looks a bit older, but still looks like Anakin. You look at the moves that they're doing in that fight, it's the same choreography from episode 3. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, nice little throwback there. Yeah.
Yeah. And that kind of runs parallel to Vader's moves, his attack, everything.
Yeah.
Which is like, it was really cool how that informed what Vader's plan actually was to get Obi-Wan out of that safe house station that they had set up.
Yeah. Where were they? Praga or something? What's it
Yeah. So I couldn't
Something like
remember.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was half expecting Hayden Christensen to turn around and, like, he's got the ponytail, but he turns around to face the camera and he's just got mad horseshoes.
I love the story elements in this episode. I don't think cinematically they can lock it down. Everything kind of looks like a fan film sometimes when they shoot Vader a certain way. Like
Yeah.
I didn't like that he was voguing and like using the force push to keep
Nah.
the lightsaber away. I thought they
No.
did a lot of that. I love the story though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
My-
all
my
those
Vader-
elements are
yeah.
cool.
My Vader would never do that.
Yeah.
Like realistically, what Vader would have done was just grabbed her, just force grabbed her,
Yeah.
yeah.
and just lifted her up. He's done it before. Like I don't know, like it's almost like they didn't see the episode before that
Yeah.
where he did that to her.
Yeah.
Like why wouldn't he just do that? Force grabbed her, pulled out his lightsaber, and just stabbed her. Like that would have been it. Throw her to the ground.
Yeah. I did
Yeah.
like though when he did get a lightsaber, he was like, "All right, I want a challenge," and threw her the lightsaber. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
But then with the whole force pushing, I was like just taken out and everything. But that was like, it was cool how he grabbed that fucking whole ship and brought it
Oh
down.
man.
Like,
Yeah.
I like I've been dying to see that sort of shit, but with a
Yeah.
whole Star Destroyer or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's the cinematography or the shots that they've chosen. It just doesn't show these guys iconically.
Yeah.
Like in that flurry of those stormtroopers rushing in, the rebels fighting back, Obi-Wan lights up his lightsaber. There's no like, close up of him doing that.
Yeah.
It's like he's not the main character in his own show anymore.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that next episode because the next episode has to be the rematch between Vader and Obi-Wan.
Is
Yeah.
the next episode the last one? Like that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this season. They did say like,
Right.
if the demand's there, then they'll.
Which it obviously is.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were the highest streamed show or something on Disney Plus. So yeah,
Yeah.
the demand is there.
Yeah. Like they locked that shit in from episode 1 already.
Oh yeah, yeah. We made our money. Thank you. Thank you.
Subscriber base went up 35%. Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm
100%.
excited. What I hope in the next season, and maybe it's a bit too early to kind of say on episode 5, but what I'm hoping in the next season is that like Deborah Chow gets a bit more time to kind of flesh out how she's going to shoot these iconic characters to make them match that legend about them.
Yeah.
That's
And-
like my only critique of the fucking show.
I like my story better, where they were gonna come together and fight Maul together, just like what's his face, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, and then destroy Maul and turn on each other.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We got our episode 5 of The Boys, which was
Fucking
really, really
brutal.
good. Man, bloody what's his face is killing it, man. That guy from Supernatural.
Jensen Ackles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy kills it, man.
Yeah.
He suits that.
Yeah.
Like he's not clean cut. He
Nah.
suits the sort of shaggy, like bearded, jaded kind of superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like I was actually surprised because I wasn't looking forward to him in the show because I'm not a big Jensen Ackles fan.
Right.
I feel like sometimes he's a bit too like almost like too polished.
I love his voice work. For me, I
Yeah.
love Ackles' voice work. Like he kills it. Like
Yeah.
him as what's his face? What's his name? The something Knight in
Red
the
Hood?
last Batman game.
Was it Red Hood?
What's his name?
Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Oh,
In the last, and him being actually, yeah, he is the Red Hood, but he's also Batman in some animated movies. He's really, really good.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, like, who would you choose? Would you rather have Soldier Boy at the head of the 7, or would you still keep what's his face there, Homelander? Because Homelander's a dick, and he might kill someone you love,
Yeah.
but he's not just gonna go through and kill like he does.
Yeah. It depends, because Homelander right now has them by the balls.
Yeah. I
Like-
love that he's got him by the balls.
Like, I love that he detailed his plan already. If you release that footage, or if you try to get me out of here, I'm gonna go to the like, you know, the big population centers, and I'm gonna blow shit up. I'm gonna fucking kill millions before you can even think of taking me down.
I love it.
But what I'm surprised at is Butcher's like this downward arc. He's making deals with the devil. He is, even if he's in denial, he's using the goal of getting rid of the soups as a reason to take his temp fee.
Yeah.
And he's turning into the thing that he hates.
Yeah. Yeah, he's becoming the monster now.
And because of that influence, he's dragging Yui with him, who's now like, hey, I was weak as fuck before, but now I don't have to be scared.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Butcher, for me, Butcher doesn't like taking the V. Yui loves taking the V.
Yeah.
Butcher was he's a tough bastard. He's he's smart. He's good looking. Huey didn't have any of that, right?
Yeah.
Which is why it's so amplified in him. Why he can do what he can do when he's on temp V.
Yeah.
Butcher is just Butcher with flashy eyes and he's a bit stronger.
Yeah.
He's not completely different like Huey is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huey, I think, might be a problem. I think they're gonna eventually have to take Huey down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking that as well. But
Yeah.
I was also thinking that they're almost creating a villain in Mother's Milk.
Mm.
Because this is the second time now that they fucked him over.
Oh yeah.
Like before in Russia, and then now, like, what? Butcher puts him to sleep? Like, he can't trust him to do the right thing because he's making this deal with Soldier Boy?
Yeah.
The other thing was, like, Butcher's doing a lot of things, right? Like, in saying, like, he hates soups and all this stuff. His, like, surrogate son is a soup.
Yeah.
He hooks up with fucking Maeve.
With Maeve, yeah.
Like, a lot of the stuff that he's doing, like, he is literally becoming the thing that he hates.
Yeah. I think eventually he will become one permanently.
Yeah. I think that might be, like, a side effect of temp fee, maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's people out there that can tell us. And then it was bad that we actually got, like, intro to Paul Reiser's character, the legend.
I love that guy, man.
Fuck, he was crazy. He's still doing coke. He's like,
Kelly LeBrock,
yeah,
Big L, Big B.
small everything else. And then her too.
I love that he just turned her to.
It's the most un-Paul Reiser character that we've seen, even when you consider Burke in Aliens.
Oh man! But I love seeing the contrast now, right? So seeing him in Stranger Things to go from that to seeing him in this was awesome.
I know, you never expected that guy from Mad About You to
Nah.
have like the fucking rise renaissance at the end of his career like
Yeah.
this. I'm
Killing
loving it. I didn't expect it to be him.
I want more of that though.
Same. Like, I know that he's not telling them something. Like, he gave Soldier Boy his costume.
Yeah,
So there's got to be other shit that he told him,
yeah.
or relationship that he has.
I
We
think
shall
he-
see next week.
Yeah, that's true. I think he had to, right? I think he was probably part of that whole thing.
To get him to Russia.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we got 5 episodes left. We've already gotten so far into the story. I kind of feel like we've gotten more story than Obi-Wan.
Yeah, it's true. But we've been with Obi-Wan the same amount of time as well.
True.
5 episodes.
Yeah.
This shit just keeps getting better and better and better. I love the Rogan bloody cameo was great. The
Cameo.
Seth Rogen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So comes a lot.
It was violent.
man.
Violent.
Oh, fuck. That was great, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Actually,
Yeah.
there were so many cameos. It was like
Yeah.
this season's like big.
I'm just waiting for what's his face to come back now, Giancarlo,
Yeah,
and just destroy Homeland's confidence again.
he's waiting in the wings, man.
Oh man, you
Like
know
that,
he is.
I'm pretty sure that was part of like his and Newman's plan from the start. That
Yeah.
she would say that to get him ousted, so that he could do shit in the background.
Yep,
And if you haven't noticed, you haven't seen Black Noir in a minute.
that's right. When they when they introduced the Deep as like the new head of strategic analysis or whatever it is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be Black Noir because he was in there before. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did he just look at people?
yeah, yeah.
We got our second episode of Miss Marvel as well. I keep really enjoying the show. I don't know if my expectations is just down. I think it's the same with everyone else. The watcher time for the show is considerably lower than every other Disney Plus, Marvel, or Star Wars show that comes out. But I'm liking that they take you into like Pakistani culture, take you into the mosque, the practices that happen in the mosque, the celebrations that happen within the Muslim community. Like I'm just really enjoying that, or how like what's acceptable in terms of dating and what's acceptable in terms of going out. They're like, I don't know, it's light on action, and I'm forgiving at that because the characters, I'm actually enjoying spending time with them. You don't enjoy it though.
No,
No.
not at all. I'm literally watching this to go through the motions. I hate that, she turned that, that guy into a simp. I hate all that sort of stuff. Like, yeah.
Which guy? That Bruno.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean she turned him into a sim?
I just totally forgot about Bruno. As soon as that other guy came on the scene,
Yeah.
like monkeys they are.
This guy. Big Dougray Scots from MI2. All right. We'll move on to the offer there. The last episode, the finale. Fuck, the show delivered. I'm sad to see the shit go.
Same.
This has been, I think this is my favorite watch experience this year.
Yeah, it's the best show I've watched so far this year.
Yeah. Which, like, it detailed the premiere, but also it detailed, like, the distribution plan that they had, that Bob
Right.
Evans kind of came up with in real life.
Well, Lapidus came up with that.
Well, Lapidus isn't a real character. It's a
Oh.
fictional character. Yeah, fictional. I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it changed cinema forever because now we're getting like wide releases.
How did they do it back in the day?
Back,
They had a select number of theaters they could only screen at? Is that
yeah,
instead of going wide?
yeah. You know they couldn't go wide before, but do you know why though? Because they had to, for every reel that went out, they had to magnetic strip the audio, which means they had to match the audio to the picture per reel.
Oh,
So if that
no.
film was 4 reels, they would need to wrap that movie up, and then in 3 months or whatever, every day duplicate. So a wide release that we see now is only possible on 4,500 screens because it's all digital. It's done. It's quick. Whereas back in the day, it's this manual process.
Jesus.
That's why some reels were fucked with. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it was a manual touch for every reel, for every cinema that fucking showed that movie.
And that's why they deteriorate. Okay, yeah, that makes so much sense.
And
There were reports supposedly of films, like just the reels just disintegrating
yeah.
in the projectors because they had screened The Godfather that many times.
It's wild.
That's crazy.
But a wide release is 350 cinemas back in the 70s.
Crazy.
But that's
And
that's also you go.
the gross was like 200 million or $100 million. I think that weekend it was
Yeah.
like the highest grossing film of all time until Jaws came along.
Yeah. And Star Wars.
Until Star Wars came along, sorry, and then Star Wars got beaten by Jaws.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you
you
know
saw
for
there was
Star Wars?
posters. There was posters of the shark eating the Star Wars characters.
Wow.
Yeah,
Fuck, I didn't know that. But did you know the initial run of Star Wars, right? 77. With inflation, like earned $3 billion by today's
Jesus.
money. $3 billion. And then if you think about the wide release situation and how they kind of did it in Godfather and how they replicated it for Star Wars and stuff at a slightly bigger scale,
yeah,
like it's wild shit. Like they said they played Star Wars 7 months. It was sold out on month 7.
that's wild.
Just because they they had to like keep playing that movie and they couldn't like everyone couldn't watch it in multiple theaters because then every theater only had one.
Jesus. Now, I mean, there's multiple rooms in the cinema screening that movie multiple times.
That's right.
Amazing. But
No,
yeah, this was beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah.
The wrap up for this because then we go straight from release. Okay, it's the biggest movie in the country. It's like the highest grossing movie of all time. Go straight to the Oscars,
Yeah.
and in the middle there we get Ruddy being the mad cunt that he is and helping Betty set up her casting agency,
Beautiful.
which I
Beautiful.
loved. Like he wasn't selfish about it. He's actually like paying those and supporting those that helped him along the way.
Yep.
And then of course the Oscar night, where the legendary Oscar night, where what's his face lost. Francis Ford lost for director, but won for adapted screenplay with Puzo. Brando won, and sent up a representative, which John Wayne wanted to beat the shit out of.
You know what's
Jesus.
crazy? Like, there's audio of because you know how Clint Eastwood presented the Best Picture, right?
Yeah.
Which was directly after that award. There's audio of Clint talking shit about her on the stage.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's wild.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
It's crazy because that's what I was listening for. Because as soon as I said Clint Eastwood, I was like, okay, I know what's gonna come out now. But they didn't have that on there. He addressed the whole stage before he announced the winner. Yeah,
Did you notice on the
Crazy.
episode they kept the booze? You heard the
did they?
booze. Yeah, you actually heard the booze when she walks up.
Shit.
And then, of course, Ruddy wins for Best Picture. And I like this, right? Because Ruddy was the only one that went up there and accepted.
yeah,
But remember, like early on in the show, he was like, "If you fail, it's all on you."
it's all on you.
But then if he wins, it's all on him too. And and then he has to make like the hardest decision. This would be the hardest decision in anyone's life. Because he goes on to like, nah, I won't do The Godfather Part 2.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do this other original movie. Hasn't been tested with the audience. People don't know about it. My concept, The Longest Yard.
yeah, beautiful. You got Bert in there, and Bert looked cool. The guy that they got to play Bert was cool. He's not as big as Bert, obviously.
No.
Bert was huge back in the day.
Yeah.
Like physically, he was a big man. Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
then yeah, they wrapped it up. They wrapped it up. Fuck.
I love the deal that Bob set up with what's his face was awesome as well. So I get 5 pictures and I stay on as a producer and I stay on as the head of the company was awesome because he also wanted his name on the poster, right?
Yeah.
Which is funny because I was watching the trailer for Chinatown the other day,
Yep.
and it comes up, uh, and from producer Robert Evans, it comes up on the trailer. Like, wow,
Have you watched the two Jakes?
no, it's the sequel to Chinatown.
Yeah.
That
No
what's
one
his
knows
face
about it.
direct? That what's his face directed? What's his name? Actor Nicholson actually directed that one. I'm pretty sure.
I gotta check that out because
Yeah.
I just recently watched Chinatown. I was like, the sequel to Chinatown. What the fuck is
Yeah.
that?
I think it's a sequel in terms of him playing that same character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not like an actual like.
No,
It's
no,
just
no.
a story. That
There's no
story.
water crisis again.
Yeah. Again. I'm interested to see how they're gonna tackle Francis and the Godfather, the Oscar Isaac offer movie that they're doing.
I don't know.
Because Oscar Isaac, I think, is playing Francis Ford. And Jake Gyllenhaal is playing
Ruddy.
Evans.
Evans, sorry, yeah. Who's playing Ruddy though? It was
I don't know.
supposed to be what's his face? Wasn't it supposed to be the guy that was drinking blood? Army Hammer.
I thought Army was going to be in The Offer as Evans.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nah. Matthew Good killed them
That's
kids.
that's the other thing. That's a fucking other thing that like was the best about this show. Miles Teller killed it.
Stellar.
And Matthew Good is now like one of the top O's for me.
Yeah.
I've never seen this sort of level of charisma from him.
No.
That's why I was really cheering it on.
But the not just the charisma, like the scene with his wife at the
Yeah.
end there was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And the fact that he had to let her go. Yeah.
You know that O
And
was
then-
married 7 times?
Jesus, boy.
But yeah, that scene was mad. Because he was like, he had to keep his character, but you could see that he was breaking down.
Yeah.
And then them only showing him blow out one candle because he said, I can have both.
Yeah.
And then, like, one goes away. But I was mad that she showed up for the premiere.
Oh,
And he
that
gets
was cool.
Kissinger. You've never
Oh,
seen
man.
fucking Bloodhorn that fucking happy.
Coming down that stairs like
Yeah, you did it.
I love the respect that's gained between Lapidus and Bob.
Yeah,
It's awesome. Yeah.
even though he's a fictional character, I kind of wish he was real now.
And we don't know. He could have been just multiple characters. I mean,
That's true.
he could have been Bloodhorn as well. You
That
know what
too.
I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, this is the best show I've seen this year. This is the best show I've seen in a while, to be honest.
Yeah, and like I'm sad to see it go. Like we're gonna get Westworld next week, and like a few other things and bits and pieces. But right now, the stuff that we have just doesn't equal some of the greats that we kind of covered in the last couple of weeks.
No.
But from next week, I want to talk The Old Man
Yeah. Yeah.
because that's apparently not bad as well.
Yeah.
Fucking Bridges is 72 years old.
He was on Deezus and Mero. Shout out to Deezus and Mero the other day. Yeah, it was awesome.
Jeff Bridges got that old man drip as well.
Yeah.
Came through with the slides, no socks to do
Wow.
Samara. Yeah.
Yeah, they commented on
Samaritan
his
style.
Junglitos.
All right. So we went and watched Jurassic World Dominion. And like while I've been enjoying these movies, even the last sequel, I can't recommend this one.
Not at all. I went as far as watching Fallen Kingdom yesterday. Fallen Kingdom is a billion times better than this movie.
So how I felt bored in this because there was no stakes. We got the new cast with Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt and everyone, We got the old cast with fucking Sam Neill and Laura Dern and Jeff Goldblum and whatnot, but nothing happens with their characters.
No.
Like they're investigating shit, but nothing really happens in terms of an arc. Nothing really happens in terms of one of them like they're so close to death or anything like that.
It was
It's
just
nothing.
okay. They're in here as well. That's what it felt like. Oh, they're in here as well.
Yeah, and it ended up almost being like this like a theme park type situation,
Yeah.
and like it was empty, it was weightless, it was
Probably
boring.
multiple streams happening at the exact same time that just didn't make sense.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it at all.
No.
I wish I could recommend it, but this is like, it's the easiest pass for me now that I've watched it. Don't like, I don't think there's any reason to kind of go back.
None of this movie excited me at all. From the beginning all the way to the fucking end. It just felt like it would get to multiple points in the movie where it was like, oh, okay, the movie's basically finished now. And then it would just keep fucking going.
Yeah.
Fuck it, oh. It's like that musical you go to where you think after Act 3 it's done, but they got 17 more acts after.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
It was trash, this movie. I couldn't stand it. My
And why do you
watched
change
it.
Sam Neill's character?
Mm-hmm.
There has to be like character progression, right? Like in between sequels and stuff like that. Like what we've seen in Jurassic Park 1, 3, and then now with this one, Dominion. But they did it so perfectly in Top Gun Maverick. You haven't seen that character for 30 years, 40 years nearly. And then like you pick up and you can basically trace his steps that he made.
Mm-hmm.
Without you like, like Alan Grant just, he did things differently. He wasn't the
Yeah.
same.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't as smart.
No.
Shout out to Top Gun Maverick becoming the second highest grossing Paramount film ever made.
Well deserved, man. Top Gun Maverick was the shit.
Yep.
That's
Fuck
probably
yeah.
the best cinema experience I've had this year.
Easily
Yeah.
the best.
Better
Top
than the
Gun Maverick.
Batman.
Yeah. Maverick is the best movie I've seen at the movies this year.
Yeah.
The Offer is the best series I've seen this year. Paramount is killing it this year.
Yeah. They really are. And I mean, Jurassic World Dominion will go on to make $1 billion.
Oh yeah.
Know what I
It
mean?
made nearly $200 million in that first week. Like,
Yeah.
it's made its budget back. There will
Sad.
be sequels. Like we know what's going on here.
Yeah, 100%. The sad thing is that Trevorrow obviously made this for kids. Like, if the litmus test for enjoyment is who walked out of there excited, the only person that walked out of there loving it was 7-year-olds.
Yeah, my nephew,
Yeah.
who only went to the bathroom once throughout the whole film.
Yeah. And I was happy to take him.
Hmm.
I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything. I was like, fuck it, let's go. Like, usually I will, like, lead him and then let him jump, like, 8 stairs. This time, I was like, fuck it, take your time, man.
Do you?
There was no new big bad dinosaur either, or at least they introduced a big bad dinosaur for like 3 seconds, and that was fucking it too.
It was that Gigadata store or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Gigantosaurus,
fucking
like-
gigabyte downloadosaurus or some shit.
I
Bullshit.
would have loved if, I mean, like, just have that, what's his face, the Rex, Indominus Rex there.
Yeah. Well, the
They should have had one of
Spinosaurus.
those. Or the Spinosaurus, exactly.
They don't do it. Like, I thought this movie was going to be about how they wrap it up. Right? And, like, if you're listening this far, all right, this is it. Like, I'm just going to talk like a spoiler, skip like 60 seconds. The fact that they were able to then grab that locust, change its DNA to put it out there and kill the rest of the locusts is the approach that they should have tried to wrap up the rest of the fucking dinosaurs. You know what I mean? If they're taking over the world, that was your cure. Put that out there, and when they try and mate, they die. I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah. All right, and spoilers. And the last movie there, at home, was Spiderhead, which to me was a massive surprise. I didn't expect it to be this good. I chucked it on knowing that it might be like, something that would just be a throwaway movie. But I ended up really enjoying it. I didn't expect to enjoy it this much, and it just flew.
Yeah.
Like, I chucked it on, then, like, I had to go pee. I was like an hour into it.
Yeah.
Jesus, this movie's like halfway done already.
I really, really like this movie. Miles Teller again, killing it.
Yep.
What's his face's first time we've seen him again as a bad guy.
Yep.
Uh,
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth. Like, it was just really, really good. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Like, I can strongly recommend this movie.
Yeah.
Like, this is the movie, like, that was almost like the anti-blockbuster. It
Yeah.
wasn't about the scale. It wasn't epic or like massive, overly massive stars. But it was like this solid story about Big Pharma
Yeah.
and the users and why people use.
Mm-hmm.
And the guilt and punishment that people kind of put themselves through, and how, like, the people that you see that are users aren't always the bad guys,
No.
and everyone kind of has like a redemption arc.
And the people that push these medications aren't always the good guys.
That's right. Yeah. And I think that's the most important thing, is that you're sold something so, like, sweet and saccharine and sexy. Like, they're sold it with sex at first.
Yeah.
Like, anyone would kind of dive at the opportunity to be in, like, this fucking comfy facility, and you're, like, donging everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean? But then, on the flip side, like, manipulating you to then go, all right, who gets, like, the fucking anxiety head fuck medicine now for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And then what happens? What goes wrong there?
Yeah.
Like,
And who do I have to pick this time to put into hell, basically?
yeah.
As
And
well.
being your decision.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy, man.
Yeah. I loved it. I think I'd watch it again too.
I would as well. Like, especially like the music. Oh my god, the music
Yes.
in here, man. As soon as I heard like Breezing
That's
start
the
playing,
one.
doom, doo 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 doo, and Rise. As soon as Rise
Yeah.
started, oh man, beautiful.
That was like the shit. Like, the music choices in this movie were perfect.
Yeah,
This is like, it's 2 for 2 for me for Kaczynski this year. 3 for 3 for Teller as well.
oh man.
Shit's going off.
Tell is just consistent though, man. Ever since fucking 2013 with the Spectacular Now, this man's been making a fucking banger nearly every year.
He's good, man. He is really, really good.
Yeah.
Especially now. Now it just feels like he can make adult movies. He doesn't have to make shit or light movies. He can do like that heavy kind of like real character shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which I'm like,
Because if you look at like Teller, when was it? Back in 2012, Project X comes out, and you'd think he'd just follow like the party boy life for the rest of his acting career. And he fucking killed it. So good.
I think he's trying to get away from that image because he initially turned down Top Gun Maverick.
oh wow.
Yeah. So
Really?
being Cruz, doesn't take no for an answer. You went straight to his house. He rocked up and he was like, "Hey, can I talk to you about this movie?" They don't
Can you
talk about
imagine
what
opening up the door, bing bong?
happened. How you doing?
For some reason, I see Cruz just nose to that fucking door when it opens as well.
Trying to look through that people.
Hey,
That's
look,
a wrap.
now you're home. I seen your location on iPhone.
he was on the Late Show with Seth Meyers, right? He was saying he's got really sensitive skin, Teller,
Yeah.
and he said he went up one day. They were shooting Top Gun, and he came down and just started breaking out in hives. He didn't know why. Gets sent to the doctor. They like, give him medicine and everything. They give him a test. Test comes back and it's like, you had polyester and jet fuel and all this sort of stuff on your skin. And he thinks, it'd be cool cool to walk up to Tom, and he walks up to Tom, and Tom's like, "So, did you figure out what happened?" And he was like, "So the doctor said that I've got jet fuel in my blood." And Cruz, without missing a beat, just turns around and goes, "I was born with it, kid." Cruz with the quickness.
Yeah, no way. Crew's been waiting for someone to say that.
Oh, yeah. You know he has. He's gonna put it in his next movie. And do you reckon we'll see a Days of Thunder sort of 2, like Top Gun Maverick?
We could, because Cruise did kill that project that Paramount had in development. Remember, they were going to do like
The
8
series.
Days of Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe he's got something kind of in the works.
Maybe that's
That'd be
what.
cool.
Maybe that's that they're saying it's F1, but maybe it's not. That Kaczynski's working on. Maybe it's Days of Thunder.
That'd be if Kaczynski does Days of Thunder. That'd change the game again.
Yeah. But then
Because-
he's all over Tony Scott's nuts, though. So you can't, you
He's
can't
just
do with
following
that.
the breadcrumbs down.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's a blueprint. Fucking hell. That's a wrap on all the movie news and thoughts on the new releases that we have for you this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you tuned in live, I'm hoping it went live because I don't know, we've been having issues
I've been
with this
checking the
shit.
Twitch every now and then.
And it's going live.
Hour 20.
Bellarinos, everybody checking in. Thank you so much. All right, that's it. Love yourself. Oh, actually, we'll be back next week with our thoughts on Elvis. So we're
Yes.
going to a press screening. Fortunately, we can't have it out there because we didn't go to an advanced screening or anything like that. But let's talk it next week. Love yourself. Love movies.
And vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.